Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the chance that given to us. Before starting our presentation today, let me introduce myself and my partner. My name is Sylvia Hendrayanti and my partner Wahida Fauzianti. We are from STI Semarang. On the occasion, I will present our paper, and this paper title is Entrepreneurship Readiness to Work the Industrial Revolution 4.0. So let's go start it. The discussion will be 6 main topics. The first will be introduction. In this section, we will elaborate our primary reason that encouraged us to do this research. The second is literature review. In this section, we attempt to explain research and terms that we use on this research. The third point is hypothesis, the relationship between two variables on this research will be explained on this section. One is effect of entrepreneurial interest on the entrepreneurial readiness, and the next is effect of self-efficacy on the entrepreneurial readiness. Next, at point 4 is research methodology. This section will explain the population sample and analysis tool used. The data obtained were processed with tools analysis of the structure equation model with the partial least square approach. Next, at point 5, result. This section will display data that has been processed with analysis tools and will display 4 states of analysis: convergent validity test, discriminant validity, path analysis, and determinant of coefficient. The last part of this presentation is the conclusion at point 6. Before discussing the essence of this research, we can see a quote from I.R. Ciputra: "Entrepreneurship can be a solution to social problem related to unemployment because it has the opportunity to create jobs." As quoted by I.R. Ciputra, entrepreneurship can be a solution to the problem of increasing unemployment every year in Indonesia. Entering the era of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which is marked by the increasing use of the latest technology. It should be able to create many opportunities for entrepreneurship for everyone who can see exciting business opportunity. However, in reality, the readiness for entrepreneurship in Indonesia is still very low. This has led to an increase in employment. Future prediction: in the era of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, human labor will be replaced by technology if we do not take advantage of opportunity to become entrepreneur. In this slide, I will explain about gap phenomenon occurred. The first strong reason that made me do this research is the gap phenomenon. On this slide, there is a graph of the unemployment rate, especially university graduates in Indonesia from 2016 to 2021, which is still with hike and continue to increase. The higher the level of education, the higher the result in increasing expectation of getting a job. But the available job opportunity are not always in accordance with knowledge and skill job seeker. If you look at it from 2016 to 2021, the employment rate has increased. In 2021, the unemployment rate is 990,000 543. This indicator has increased from the previous year. In addition, to ensure that there is a gap phenomenon, we also conduct an initial survey of 50 university students in Semarang. Of fact, that there are still many university students in Semarang not ready to become entrepreneur in Industrial Revolution 4.0. Based on the result of the survey and initial interview with 50 students, it showed that only 40% of students are ready to become entrepreneur. Well, not ready to become entrepreneur have a higher score of 60%. They say they were more likely to choose to be civil servant or employee after graduating from university. Continue to the next slide is the gap research. Several previous studies to have analyzed the same variable and found different objects and result of research. Based on the gap phenomenon and gap research that occur, we wish to conduct further research in order to improve the shortcoming made by previous researchers. In this slide, I will explain purpose the research based on the problem that occur. We can find the purpose of this research. The first, to analyze the effect of entrepreneurial interest on the entrepreneurial readiness of university students in Semarang. The second, to analyze the effect of self-efficacy on the entrepreneurial readiness of university students in Semarang. The slide is literature review. We use three variables on the research. The first is entrepreneurial interest. The definition of entrepreneurial interest is taken from Mahesa and Maharja 2012. This opinion explains that it is necessary to be active and to arouse interest in entrepreneurship, so as not to depend on others anymore. Because with entrepreneurship, one can take responsibility for his own life and no longer depend on others. The second variable is self-efficacy. The definition of self-efficacy is taken from Bandura 1997. This opinion explains that it is necessary for individuals to have confidence in their ability to face all challenges and be able to predict how much effort is needed to achieve their goal. The third variable is entrepreneurial readiness. The definition of entrepreneurial readiness is taken from Putra Raden 2018. The opinion explains the need for mental and physical readiness for change that occur in the entrepreneurial world. Important to be prepared such as knowledge, skill, and attitude. In this research have two hypotheses, and this is picture of research framework. The first hypothesis in a positive relationship, it can increase student in entrepreneurial interest and provide support for the growth and development of entrepreneurial readiness. Entrepreneurial readiness will increase along with entrepreneurial interests of students. The second hypothesis, a positive relationship between the two variables, means that a person's entrepreneurial readiness is influenced by the low or high self-efficacy that exists in each individual. Research method in this study, the population is student of the Economy Faculty of University in Semarang, and researchers take 97 sample of respondents and just inform the sampling formula according to the formula from Wibisono 2003. The formula is used to calculate a sample that has a population that is not known with certainty. Analysis tools to process data, we use structured equation model with partial least square approach. And the data source used is primary data with questionnaire data collection technique. This data collection has carried out by distribution questionnaire using Google Form and print questionnaire to undergraduate students in Semarang. In this continuous slide is result of research. The first output result is convergent validity. Convergent validity is the level of if the correlation between different measuring instruments used in measuring the same construct. The way to measure the consistency of the indicator is by observing at the average variance extracted, which must be greater than 0.5. Based on the table, the average variance extract value in all indicators is greater than 0.5, so the research is confident to have met convergent validity. Okay. The second output result for discriminant validity. This table is used to test discriminant validity and ensure that each concept of each latent variable is different from other variable. It can be seen in the table that all model constructs meet the criteria of discriminant validity because its cross-loading value of each variable indicator has the larger cross-sliding value. The three columns show the maximum loading factor value for each latent variable. The third output result is path analysis. Based on the path analysis output for the path coefficient t-test, it is obtained that the t-value of each exogenous variable to the endogenous variable is positive and more than 1.96 with a p-value of less than 0.05, so that x1 and x2 have a positive and significant effect on y variable. And then determinant of coefficient based on the output of the analysis R squared is 78.5%. It means that the good news of forming a model of entrepreneurial readiness can be explained both entrepreneurial interest and self-efficacy of 78.5% and 21.5% explained by other variables offset the study. The last is conclusion. The relationship between variables provide positive and had a significant effect. Entrepreneurial interest has a significant positive effect on entrepreneurial readiness in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. The second, self-efficacy has a positive effect on entrepreneurial readiness in the Industrial Revolution 4.0. Further research can explain the research variable beyond the independent variable contained in this study. It is recommended to use the entrepreneurial skill variable. Okay, thank you for attending our presentation about entrepreneurship readiness to work the Industrial Revolution 4.0 in this international conference. Thank you.